So my name is Rainer Lang and I'm a German national. I'm living here in Saudi Arabia since 2019 and I'm working for a German multinational company called Siemens Healthineers, and I'm here the commercial manager in Saudi Arabia. That's actually a nice story. The first time I was in Saudi Arabia was approximately 2010. And you know that at that point of time it was a complete different country than today. And I had many business trips to Saudi, let's say between 2010 and 2014. And before I came to Saudi, I lived also in Dubai 2.5 years, 3.5 years in Kuwait. And actually in 2018 I lived in Germany and I did not like my job there, and I called the recruiting manager for worldwide placement of functions, and I told her, oh, I'm ready to go out again. I want to go outside of Germany. You can send me anywhere in the world but Saudi Arabia. And yeah, and guess where I ended up? In Saudi Arabia. I never regret that step. It was very good. Oh yeah, with respect to traveling here around the country, I mean, I saw already a lot, and it's very interesting. The more I see, the even more I want to see more. And to be honest, before I came to Saudi, and even when I was here in the past for business trips, well, there was not a lot of imagination. I thought really, well, it's only desert, nothing else. And although I lived in the Middle East, but now being based here permanently in Saudi Arabia, I mean, it's really amazing to explore all the nature around. And of course, from all the deserts and all the UNESCO World Heritage Sites, from Al-Aqsa to Al-Ula and the Old Town in Jeddah, just to give some examples, I pretty much like that, and I'm exploring even more. Yeah, talking about Riyadh, I mean, maybe first about the city itself. I mean, since I'm here, it's year number 5 started for me. Well, even a lot of development things are going on. Even here where I live, around me, it was flat land before, and now you see a lot of buildings there. But it's not only of developing of buildings, it's also a lot of cultural activities what are happening, like the Riyadh season. So I think they are talking about what my activities are in my free time. I think it's on one side it's doing outdoor stuff, going to the desert, a little bit of tune bashing, going also for overnight barbecue camping in the desert, which I really like. That is one part of the story when the weather allows it. And on the other side, I'm following here my hobby, which is DJing. In my youth, I was doing the DJ quite a lot for a lot of events in Germany, small celebrations, big celebrations. Yeah, talking about the art scene, I mean, also I can observe a big difference from the past to nowadays. I mean, last weekend I visited also the Line Experience, and afterwards around in that same area is also the Jux Art Festival, and there was still some exhibition for Riyad Noor, and there were some light exhibitions with different artists from all across the globe. Showed there something, and this was very, very impressive. And yeah, I pretty much like that. And you see, it's much more open, the country, to art than it was a couple of years ago. I love to talk about Middle East. This was really one of the eye-catching things here in Saudi. Also one of the events you would have never expected some years ago. And especially because my hobby is DJing, it was very great to see DJs from across the globe right in front of my house door. And yeah, even there were some artists which I knew from my youth, and they were coming now to Saudi to perform, and I still can see them. And I saw them, let's say, 30 years ago in Germany, and they're still performing, and now at the Middle East here. And I went to the Middle East the last 2 years, and it becomes bigger and bigger. And the last event was really amazing, not only about the music, but also the light effects, the sound effects, how much money and effort they really put in. Was really incredible, and I did not see one of such similar events in the whole of Europe. So I'm here at the right point of time. Yeah, talking about my career, I had many different steps in my life. I changed a lot my job titles, positions, countries. Originally, I was fighting white-collar crime in a consultancy firm globally. I was really traveling a lot around the globe for that. Then I moved to another German multinational company, was doing audit for almost 2 years. And then I ended up with Siemens, and this was the best decision in my life. And also there I was initially in the forensic accounting division, also traveling across the globe. And then they asked me to build up the audit hub in the Middle East, and they sent me to Dubai. And this was the first time I interacted with the Middle East. And yeah, since then I'm somehow attached to the Middle East, and also of course to Saudi Arabia since those days. And finally I took the step then, becoming here the head of finance for Siemens Healthineers in Saudi. So a lot of different things, a lot of changes in the professional life, but that is something what really I think brings you forward. And also the Middle East gives a right platform for that. And I really like, of course, the challenges on a daily basis, but working with different nationalities from all across the globe. But in the end, this brings bringing all these values and different views together increases for a better outcome. The best part of my job is really working with these different nationalities together, and really sitting in a meeting, having people from Pakistan, from India, from Saudi Arabia, from Germany, from all other places, even Ethiopia. We have really a multicultural environment. I mean, I really love that. And yes, sometimes it's the emotions come also up. And this is also a good sign for me when these emotions are coming up from the different cultural backgrounds, because then I know really they take the work serious. And to overcome these challenges, again, to go and work for one goal, this is really great, and that's what I like here. Yeah, I mean, talking about the heritage, I mean, of course, I'm going to explore more and more and dig into the culture and the history of the country. The most impressive what I found is definitely Al Ula, and not only Al Ula, the city center, but all the things also around, and really which gives a great picture of the history of this country, which is much older than I expected, back to the Nabatean ages, and even when you look at Jabal Ikma, all the rock art, what you see there from different ages, different centuries, all of that I would not have expected before. And this is all part of the culture of this country, which I really not expect before to see here in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, talking about socializing, I mean, this is a very important factor, especially when you live abroad, far away from your home country. And what I find really, what is very much easy here in Saudi Arabia, is to get connected with people from all nationalities, and that's what I like in the Middle East in general, and especially in Saudi Arabia. You meet people from across the globe. You hang out with at the weekends or in the evening, you meet, and all really nice people, and that is really, yeah, very important that you consider in your free time also spending time with others, and makes it even more comfortable to be here in this country. Yes, of course, you don't get the German food here a lot around, but I love the Arabic food, I love the Saudi food, I love Indian food, and that's what you, for example, don't get in Germany around every corner. So this is even a big plus in the end. So there's nothing specifically really what I'm really missing. Yeah, talking about the most favorable experience I had in Saudi Arabia, it was definitely my travel to Al-Ula. This was really most memorable, and seeing a lot of different things, heritage sites, natural sites from volcanoes to rock formations to rock art, and of course the tombs of Hekra. And this travel was really amazing. I had my brother coming from Germany visiting me here, and then with 2 other people from the embassy, we went together to Al-Ula. We drove there with the car. You know, it's a very lengthy ride there, more than 10.5 hours. But really, it was worth it staying there a couple of days, and not only doing the standard touristical offered tours, but also exploring the nature around, seeing rock formations right outside from Al-Ula, even an hour drive. This was really amazing. And even at one street, by coincidence, I found some rock art, a little bit hidden, and I'm sure it was the first time someone saw these rock arts there. This was really memorable. So when I go back one day, then I will definitely miss the hospitality and the Saudi food, and let's say getting to know different people from different nationalities, which is very easy here to get in contact with different people. Which is, for example, in Germany, it's not that easy to get in contact with other people. Here, it's not only getting into contact, but you also trust immediately the other people. And this is something really different in Europe. Ja, ich kann eigentlich nur jedem empfehlen, nach Saudi-Arabien zu kommen, hier ein bisschen was vom Land zu sehen. Es öffnet sich für den Tourismus und es ist wirklich spannend und es ist ganz anders, als es noch vor einigen Jahren war.